Billy Thorpe invented pub rock, really. I mean, it was Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs at the Village Green Hotel somewhere around about 1970 that were the first band to play in a pub. And pubs, before that, pubs were the bastion of our generation before. And to allow rock and roll in pubs was a big thing. And it worked. It worked a treat, and it was packed out. And then all of a sudden, all the pubs everywhere decided that rock and roll was the new way, and it took off. Of course, pub rock became a big thing, and it made the careers of many bands in this country, and it's all due to Billy Thorpe, really. It was '74 that Queen were on Sunbury, and the crowd just totally ignored Queen. They couldn't be bothered with them, couldn't abide them. But it was Billy Thorpe they wanted. Billy Thorpe was very good at finding people and nurturing people, and that was one of his great legacies, was the fact that he got a lot of musicians coming through his various bands that went on to do big things, and he had a great eye for spotting who was going to happen and who was good. And at the time, the Beatles when they played in Sydney, they got X amount of people. Billy Thorpe got more people at his concerts, so it was quite amazing, really. He was a phenomenon back then, there's no doubt about that. Talking about Billy's voice, I was on the Long Way to the Top tour with Billy, and I remember standing by the side of the stage one particular night, and I was just listening to him. And I turned around, I can't remember who was beside me, but whoever it was, I turned around to them and I said, "My God, this is some of the best rock and roll you'll hear." I think he probably saw himself as some sort of leader of us all. It was him that was solely responsible for getting the Long Way to the Top tour up and running. He badgered Michael Chugg until Michael decided to do it, and he held the reins on that tour, and he organised everybody, and all through his career he's been that sort of person who he was right with. Well, I was at the Lobby Lloyd benefit as well, played there, and it was Billy who organised it all, and it was just boundless energy and passion. Yeah, I was quite taken aback that Billy had played Because I Love You, or was playing Because I Love You right up until he died. In fact, I rang him only a couple of weeks ago to thank him for doing our song, and he said, I fell in love with Because I Love You on the Long Way to the Top tour, and I started fiddling around with it at home because I loved the way the guitar went in it. Oh, Billy Thorpe was as loud as anybody gets, and uncompromisingly so. I mean, everybody lots and lots of promoters would say, "Oh, we're not going to book him back again. He was so loud," but they always did. And it's just a big shock that he's gone, and he'll be greatly and sadly missed.